Those of you who have reached out and reinvigorated me to begin podcasting again, thank you. Thank you for the kick in the butt to honor my word. So today's podcast, if you'll be patient, is what would your life be like if you really lived one more day? What if you just had one more day? Just one. What if the past didn't matter? What if you didn't have two more days? What if you just had one? That experience of living one more day is truly the greatest gift that you can have in life. And few people have that mantra or have that lifestyle one more day. We are all burdened. We choose to be burdened by our past. We relive it countless times, and it never gets better, the past. We keep thinking it's important. All the experiences that we've had from the past, we try to bring into this moment, and that is our day. Most people have a past-driven life. So today's podcast about is what would you do if you could live one more day at its fullest? And as you consider the ramifications of a past-driven life, most people's future is horrible to them. They look at social media, they look at their parents, they look at the world they perceive to be the future. And I can tell you, it is devastating to most people. Their future doesn't call to them. And they're still not living today either. They're living a disastrous future today. So what would you do? What could you do today that would be the best life you could possibly have? What would be the things that you do, the thoughts that you could think that would let you be in this moment today? And truly, it starts before dawn. If when you're ready to have one more day, wake up before the sun does. Wake up before the sun wakes up. And you ask, what would you do? I feel tired. I feel listless. That's because your past is preeminent in your brain, or your future is a disaster that you feel tired. If you really just had one more day, it wouldn't matter how you felt. You would get up and start engaging in your life today. So what would you do? I'm a firm believer, if you will, in that your body is a temple and your senses are extremely useful. And by the way, you have 5. So engage your body and turn on your senses. That's how you start your day. Every muscle, every joint, get it moving. Whether you start at your toes or start at your fingers, move everything. Otherwise, the burden of yesterday you can feel. Otherwise, you recognize that your neck is stiff, your back is stiff, your knees hurt, your foot hurts, and that's the past. So it doesn't matter how it feels, move it. Turn on your body, engage it, move it. Next, your 5 senses literally are how you perceive the world. If you don't have 5 senses that are active, you're not perceiving this moment. From taste to smell to sight to your skin. By the way, your skin is a sense. Turn it on. Turn on your eyes. Hear something that's pleasant. Taste something that's pleasant. Smell something that's pleasant. Take a shower, for God's sakes, to turn your skin on, or brush your skin. And there's some practices of beating your skin tapping your skin, every inch of it, to get the nerves to fire because they've been sleeping. And thirdly, how to become a spiritual being before the sun comes up is literally to pray or to meditate or to have gratitude in the morning. If you don't force gratitude, if you don't express gratitude, if you don't pray, yesterday is already won. So do that. What's the next most important thing that you can have as a human being? And by the way, if you're getting out of bed, checking your phone, you're already at a negative. If you're getting out of bed, drinking coffee first, you're already adjusting from yesterday. If you're engaging in social media or news, you're already less because you're adjusting to the narrative that's never good. So turn off your phone. Don't engage in the world outside of you until you've engaged you. So the second most important thing is the people that you have in your life. You have to engage them in the morning before the sun comes up. And everybody doesn't like this conversation. My wife sleeps in, my husband sleeps in, my husband's gone. They get up before I do. Get the hell out of bed and get up when they do. If your life's that important and their life's that important, engage with them, because without another human being that's committed to you, you are lesser. You think you're going to go at life solo, you're not going to accomplish much, and you will deteriorate over time. Listen to them. Don't listen to drama. Don't add drama. Ask them what's important for them to do that day, and share what's important for you that you're going to do that day. That simplicity of relating to another human being is very rare. You could even take inventory of how you engage or don't engage your partners, or if you engage them with emotion and drama and the ilk that is that. And then ultimately, know their love language. What intimate connection can you share with them before the sun comes up? Even though it took me longer to talk about all that, if you turn your spiritual being on and you turn your relational being on, it probably only takes 20 minutes total. It's not a time-sucking black hole to be spiritual and to be relational. And I thoroughly recommend, literally, because after 55 years, you can look at the tracks of successful human beings. Most successful men and women work out before they have to adjust to the world. They work their muscles. They work their heart. They work their lungs. They get this in as the sun is coming up. And then the rest of the day is pursuing what you value. You can't get to that unless you're a spiritual, relational, and healthy human being. And imagine if you canvassed 1,000 people. What do they do in the morning? They get up, they hit the alarm 8 times, which reinforces the ominous future that they don't want and the burden of yesterday. And every time you hit that alarm button, you degrade yourself. They get up, put on dirty clothes, they're in a hurry, and they go to work or go to school, not wanting to go to work or go to school. Because by the time you're there, you've already adjusted who you are to the world. So how should you pursue your day? How should you pursue the pursuit of wealth or business or school, if that's your day? I recommend this, highly recommend. You have to do sales or find new opportunities is the first metric of wealth success. That this day, find a new opportunity. Secondly, if you've already created opportunities, or if you're studying, or you have something to hit that day that's already been in the queue, do that. And thirdly, ask yourself this question every day in the pursuit of what you value. What happens if it all works out? What would happen if today worked out? Write it down. Because if you're asking what's going to happen as everything falls apart, the day has already beat you up. If you've already adjusted who you are to the disaster that you see in front of you, you're already lesser. So imagine what would happen at the end of the day if that day was the perfect day. What would it be like for you to live one more day? What would your life be like if you had the perfect day? Thank you for listening, and thank you for encouraging another podcast. Out.